Welcome to Mel Bear's Weird and Wonderful. Today I am going to show you how to make this very cute and very easy snowing tumbler that's all ready for Christmas. This item comes from the dollar store. It is fairly easy to make. I put out at least one new video every week, so please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alright, so today we're going to be making a Dollar Tree drip tumbler. These tumblers are $1.50 at Dollar Tree. So they're pretty reasonable. I don't know how long they'll stand up for, so we're going to try one and give it a try and see how it does stand up. This is a double-walled tumbler, and what I'm going to do is make like a snowing drip tumbler. So what we're going to need for that is baby oil. We're going to need vegetable glycerin. And we're going to need either white alcohol ink, or I've bought this ink here. It's a white icing color, and we're going to try that and see how it works. And I think that should be everything. Oh, distilled water, and of course you need to seal your tumbler, a UV light, and some UV resin. Something we're going to try with this project today are these Wilton icing. They're candy color for food color and candy colors. It's a dye that is oil based, so we should be able to mix this with our baby oil. So we're going to make this green. So we're going to get started here. First off, we're going to drill out the tumbler. And I use a 5/16 drill bit on my tumblers. And you want to be very careful not to pierce the tumbler while you're doing this, the inner tumbler. Okay. There you go. First thing we're going to do is mix up 20 ml of our vegetable glycerin. And then we're going to mix up some of this icing dye. I found this icing dye at Michael's, but you can probably find it at any baking type store. I did have a hard time finding, I thought you'd be able to get this anywhere, but you can't. It has to be like a specialty place. And we're going to see how it turns out. Alternatively, you can use the alcohol ink, but I find that it tends to mix a little bit with your oil, so I think this might be a better alternative, but we're going to find out. I have never actually used this before. We're just going to mix up a little bit of that and see what it does. And that seems to mix up really nicely, but we'll see how it reacts once you mix it with the baby oil. You want to make sure it's nice and white. So we may need to add a little bit more, although it does look pretty good. I think we're good. I just put one big squirt in there. And then we're going to put that into one of our squeeze bottles. I'm going to put it into our squeeze bottle, and then we're going to put it into the tumbler. Alright, we're just going to add this to the tumbler. Alright, and then we're going to mix up our baby oil. we're going to take our green food coloring here, and we're going to mix some of this up with the baby oil and see how it reacts. Let's see if I can not dye my fingers green. So we're just going to drip some of this into our little bottle here, and then we're going to put some baby oil in there and see what it does. Okay, and we're going to put our lid on, and then we're just going to shake that up. And this squeeze bottle is not very, it's not a very good one. I got it from the dollar store, and I can tell you it's junky. Okay, and just like that, we've tinted our baby oil. So now we're going to put that into our tumbler. I may need to mix some more up. I was more or less just seeing if it would work, and it does appear to work. So now we're going to pour this into our tumbler. All right, so it's all full, and now we're going to seal off the tumbler. What I use to seal off the tumblers are Gorilla Glue dots, UV resin, and my UV light. These are what I use. Alright, so I've got my top wiped off with alcohol. I've got my glue dot there if it's going to stick. And then we're going to put our UV resin on top and cure it with our UV light. And here's our finished tumbler. I think it turned out pretty cool. The drips look really neat. It's really hard to photograph drips sometimes, but they look really neat. And some of them are in front of the little trucks, some of them are behind the little trucks. And for a $1.50 tumbler, I don't think you can really go too wrong. We'll see how it stands up. I'll be using it for a while and we'll see if it leaks. If they do leak, you can seal them up with resin. I'm worried about it leaking at the top here, but if it does, you can put a little bit of resin on here and that should seal it up, as long as it doesn't interfere with the lid. And I do hope you've enjoyed this fun little tutorial. It is a very easy one and really fun. I put out at least one new video every week, so please subscribe, and I'm going to be trying to do about 3 a week until Christmas if I can manage it. Thanks so much for watching and have fun.